This picture, taken at 1:30 in the morning, according to another friend, shows Chelsea still wearing the costume and still at the party. But Chelsea would never make it home.
Okay, is this real life right now? Law enforcement launched an investigation in southeast Michigan. Someone reported that they saw Chelsea walking with a man at 3 p.m.
This composite sketch is immediately drawn up and released.
Halloween can be a very scary time.
It's really very sad. My daughter was taken. If they want the attention, bring my daughter back and you can have all the attention you want.
What's up, guys? It's Halloween week on Most Amazing Top 10, so we'll be wearing costumes all week in some of our videos.
For this video, for the first time ever, we have 3 hosts.
So let's jump right into this one. Starting us off at number 10.
The disappearance of Cindy Song. Cindy was a university student who was doing what any university student would do on Halloween, and that was having fun at a party. She spent the night out with her friends laughing and hanging out. Then she got a friend to drive her home to make sure that she got back safe. Her friend saw her walking into her apartment building, but that was the last time that anyone would ever see of her. The case was a mystery for a while, but then there was a lead. A man by the name of Hugo Marcus Selinski was suspected in the kidnapping and murder of this poor girl. People say he worked with an accomplice to pull off this crime. Things really started to heat up when police investigated Selinski's home, and they made a horrific discovery. They found a series of dead bodies in the backyard. One of the craziest parts of the story was when the person was suspected in helping Selinski killed Cindy, they actually showed up dead in Selinski's backyard. Then things got even crazier when Cindy's body was never found amongst the many things that were buried in Selinski's property. This opened everything up being a mystery once again.
Coming in at number 9, we have the murder of Taylor Van Dyst. But before I go any further, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out, so please do so. On Halloween night back in 2011, Taylor Van Dyst left a party in Armstrong, Canada, but she never returned home. That was the last time anyone had seen her. What's freaky is that on her way home, she sent a text to her friends saying that she was being creeped on. She was later found dead by the side of railroad tracks. After running tests on the body, DNA of a man named Matthew Forrester was found under her fingernails. He later admitted that he had choked her and hit her on the head 6 times. One of the blows fractured her skull. She passed away a few hours later.
Coming in at number 8 is the murder of KARL Jackson. It's insane to think that something could escalate to this point. KARL Jackson was a simple working man and very young. He was only 21 years old at the time of his murder. He was driving on Halloween night to go to a party. The thing was, he wasn't even going to party. He was going to pick up his girlfriend's son from the party. This guy was just trying to be a good dude. On his way, there were some teenagers who pulled a Halloween trick on him. They hit his car with eggs, and Jackson was obviously angry about this and got out of his car and started screaming at the kids. This makes perfect sense. They just egged your car, and that can really screw up the paint job. Well, I guess one of these teenagers didn't like that he got mad. I don't know what their thought process was, but after Jackson got back into his car, he walked up and shot Jackson. The teenager was later caught and sentenced. I don't know where you get off. You egged a guy's car, you're in the wrong, and because he gets mad, you think you can kill him? I'm so happy this kid got caught.
And coming in number 7, we have LEDELL Peoples. Honestly, my favorite part of Halloween has to be the candy. Let me know what your favorite thing to get on Halloween. I hated getting like Diet Coke. Like, it's so heavy and it's like the first couple houses and you gotta carry that around. Well, there's one person that loves her Halloween candy a little bit too much. In fact, he would kill for it. This is a man named LEDELL Peoples. In 2011, people bought himself several bags of sweets to snack on, but one of the bags went missing and things turned deadly. He started to blame his acquaintance, Maria Adams, thinking she stole the bag. Things got escalated and he ended up stabbing her multiple times. He was immediately arrested, all because of candy. Is this real life right now? This dude must have a serious sweet tooth.
Making our way down the list at number 6, we have the Smiley Face murders. It was Halloween night and Christopher Jenkins had just left a party, but was not done celebrating. As a result, he hit up a bar with his girlfriend and friends. But sometime after midnight, Chris became separated from the group and got kicked out of the bar. Since his costume had no pockets, his girlfriend was holding onto his wallet and phone. On top of that, he got a drive to the bar, so he had no way way to get home. What happened next? No one truly knows. Chris was missing for 4 months until his body was found floating in the Mississippi River. To this day, his death is undetermined. No one knows what truly happened to him. One theory is that he was the victim of the Smiley Face murders, a group of killers that target college-aged white men. All of these victims are found drowned and with a smiley face graffitied nearby. Even though no smiley face was found, some people think that this was still a possibility. Another theory is that he found out that his girlfriend was cheating on him with a married man and threatened to expose him. In fact, the man she was cheating on him with was a police officer. So as a police officer, covering up a murder is on the easier side. Who knows? This case is still a huge mystery though.
Coming in at number 5 is the Pasadena gang shootings. Members of the Bloods wanted to settle a beef in Pasadena and thought that Halloween night would be the perfect opportunity to get the revenge. They drove up on a group of teenagers who were walking out of a party and they started firing into the crowd. People scattered, but these Bloods members were still able to hit several people in the crowd. After the dust settled, 3 people were injured and another 3 were killed. The police investigated after everything was said and done, and it turned out that these gang members actually hit up the wrong party. So these guys rolled up and shot dead a bunch of teenagers who didn't have anything to do with anything they were doing. It's very sad to think about.
In our 4th spot, we have the Angry Marine. Back in 2012 on Halloween night, Daniel Priority, a US Army veteran, was sitting in his wheelchair waiting in line at a restaurant. He was wearing his old Army uniform as he had done every day on Halloween, but 22-year-old Christopher Dabney, a US Marine, thought that Daniel's uniform and wheelchair were fake. He thought that his costume were making fun of injured Army veterans. Well, this enraged him and he ended up punching him twice, knocking him out of his wheelchair completely. It wasn't until later he realized, oh crap, like he's not getting up. I think it's a real situation happening. He definitely needs the use of his wheelchair. I mean, yeah, you messed up big time.
In our 3rd spot, we have Peter Fabiano. Back in 1957, 30-year-old couple Peter and Betty Fabiano had just got into bed when they heard the doorbell ring. Thinking that it was more trick-or-treaters, Peter grabbed a bowl of candy and opened the door. But standing at the door was a woman wearing a mask. She shot Peter in the chest and fled the scene. Later, it was revealed that a woman named Joan Rabble was responsible for this murder. Joan apparently was having a relationship with Peter's wife, Betty. Peter realized his wife was having an affair, and so Betty called it off with Joan. Joan then convinced another woman, Goldine Pizer, to shoot Peter for her. They were both eventually charged with 2nd-degree murder and were sentenced to 5 years to life in prison.
Coming in at number 2 is dressing the part. Back in 2013, Anthony Seabury would be shot and killed by someone who seemed to be a random individual. A few people saw the murder take place, and what made this murder grab headlines wasn't so much that it happened on Halloween, but that it happened on Halloween and that the killer was apparently wearing a mask from the horror movie Scream. It's thought that the killer could have been someone who fantasized about murder from watching horror movies, and when Halloween came around, he saw this as the perfect opportunity to hunt someone down and live out their fantasy. To this day, the person who killed Anthony Seabury has not been caught and could still be on the loose.
And coming in our number 1 spot on this list, we have the Candyman Killer. What a name. Back in 1974, Timothy O'Brien was already and excited to go trick-or-treating. He was probably so excited to see the city and get all the candy that he can handle. Little did he know that his dad was evil. Timothy's dad, Ronald, gave him a bunch of candy for him to eat. They were all pixie sticks. You guys remember those things? Those like straw things, you like squeeze it and then down it in like 2 seconds and then you eat like 50 more of them. Sadly, his dad laced them with cyanide. Timothy ate the sticks while he was out trick-or-treating, and he later passed out. An investigation was launched and eventually this was traced back to Timothy's father, Ronald, but now the question stood on why did Ronald poison his own kid? Was it meant for other kids? What on earth would bring a parent to do such a thing if that was his true intent? Ronald O'Brien was so deep in debt that he took a huge life insurance policy out on his kids and planned to kill them off so he can get the money for them. So the intentions was there. I mean, like, there are so many other other ways to make money, and of course he got caught and now he's not getting any money.
And that's all for today's video. Let us know in the comments below which one of these stories creeped you out the most. And also let us know if you have any creepy Halloween stories of your own.
Maybe we can do a top 10 on you guys with your stories. So make sure to put the stories down below. And now it's time for bloopers and also behind the scenes. She got her hair curled in prison. Can they have urine in prison, or I have to forfeit this, right?
I wouldn't wear an earring in prison because someone's gonna rip it out of your ear.
I didn't even know you had earrings.
It's small.
That's a spicy story.
Right?
Holy moly, love triangle and murder.
All right, welcome to Behind the Scenes. All right, sir, what's your crime? Prisoner 842-831.
Trafficking Kinder Surprises to America. You can't have them in America.
Oh,
So,
that's weird, eh?
trafficking Kinder Surprises to America. That's what I did.
So I robbed a bank.
Rob the bank.
But it's empty.
I mean, not much money. Bad bank robber.
A man named Matthew Forster was found under her fingernails.
Photo shoot time. Famous robber. Robber the famous robber.